Dig.
The chills that you spill up my back keep me filled with satisfaction when we're done. Satisfaction of what's to come. I couldn't ask for another. No, I couldn't ask for another.
That's right.
Your groove, I do deeply dig. No walls, only the bridge. My supper dish, my succotash wish.
Sing it, baby.
I couldn't ask for another. No, I couldn't ask for another. Groove is in the heart. Groove is in the heart. Groove is in the heart.
Astronomical.
Groove is in the heart.
Watch
The
out.
depth of who the groove moves us to. The is who we're going through to. What is who? I couldn't ask for another. No, I couldn't ask for another. DJ Soul was on a roll. I've been told he can't be sold. He's not vicious or malicious, just lovely and delicious. I couldn't ask for another.
Yeah.
Blow them on the lawn.
Groove is in the heart.
Groove is in the heart. Groove is in the heart. Groove is in the heart. Groove is in the The chills that you spill up my back keep me filled with satisfaction when we're done. Satisfaction of what's to come. I couldn't ask for another. No, I couldn't ask for another. Your groove, I do deeply dig. No walls, only the bridge. My supper dish, my succotash wish.
Succotash.
I couldn't ask for another.
Yeah. Bounce that body.
No, I couldn't ask for another.
Something lurks in this torso. Heart got a deal you wanna know. Delightful, truly delightful. Life making it, doing it, especially at a show. Feeling kinda high like a Hendrix haze. Music makes motion moves like a maze. All inside of me, heart especially. Hilt of the rhythm, where I wanna be. Come on, flowing, glowing with electric eyes. You dip to the dive, baby, you'll realize. Baby, you'll see the funk inside of me. Baby, you'll see that rhythm is the key. Get with it, can't think, quit it. Stomp on the street when I hear funk blue playing pop piper. Follow her to shoot, baby, just sing about the groove.
Sing it.
Groove is in the heart. Groove is in the heart. Groove is in the heart. Groove is in the heart.
gentlemen, boys and girls, podcast fans of all ages, I am Dave Valente. Thank you for joining us on the Political Deep Dive, part 2 of our annual Dumpster Fire in Review. Joining us this week, we've got Dan, the Man Fishman. Dan, how are you doing, sir?
What is shaking?
You don't want to know that.
Love, happiness.
Word.
Those finger
Word.
signals had nothing to do with those letters.
I was wondering. I was like,
Dan's throwing gang signs out here.
Well, this one I remember from my dating era. This is referred to me a lot. He's a loser any way you look at it.
Oh, goddamn. Joining us, Joe Solosky. Joe, how you doing, sir?
If I was any better, I'd be you.
Oh, God,
Nice.
no. Don't wish that on yourself.
Hola, Brandy.
And joining us from Colorado, AJ. What's up? AJ?
hello. How are you doing?
Louis is around there.
One and only AJ,
well,
the one and only.
Louis is in a blanket.
Oh,
Because
dogs in a
he
blanket.
is
Dogs in a blanket.
Actually, a baby. Did you know this? He's a ferocious baby.
Hey, Brandy. Yeah, so last week we talked about the first half of the year, and a lot of the stories that we had at the first half of the year bled over to the second half of the year. But we'll also talk this week a little bit about the celebrity deaths that really impacted us. We had one today that was
Big one.
it was a big one. I don't. It's not like I don't feel sad or anything like that, but somebody makes it to 91 years old. You're like, what life?
Who died?
You think about
Bridget
it.
Bardot.
AJ's lookalike
God created woman.
passed away. AJ's lookalike passed away today. It's a sad day. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we got AJ still. So
Yes, we do.
Bridget Bardot passed away this today. Her foundation confirmed. 91 years old. Life well lived. One of the first big Hollywood sex symbols, like the as we really are able to start
1950s.
Yeah, well, I mean, there were sex symbols. I mean, we talked about Rita Hayworth and Hedy Lamarr and women that really sizzled up the screen.
Let's face it. Hedy Lamarr had to be the most beautiful woman ever on earth,
But beautiful and smart. Holy shit!
Invented that radar system.
Yeah, she invented radar. I mean,
she was unbelievably brilliant, but to be that beautiful, my heavens, unbelievable.
Hey, the Sober Cut, how you doing? So we, we'll talk a little bit more about celebrity deaths. We had some doozies this month, and throughout the year we've had some big names that have left us. But we're talking about the stories that really impacted us over the second half of the year, and the one that really impacted me was the government shutdown. For
I can understand.
A month and a half from October 1st until like the 12th or 13th of November, we were in a shutdown status. And I know a lot of people who are watching this show are from that libertarian bent. You're like, oh, that's great. Government shutdown.
It's not great if that's how you put food on your table.
Exactly.
Well, it's not great. I mean, let's, one of the things that people think the government shut down spending stops. No, I mean, in August we hit $37 trillion debt. $37 trillion. By the end of October, we had hit $38 trillion. We were the money printer was going burr. Like we were spending money hand over fist. And the thing people don't understand about government shutdowns is that you end up spending way more money just getting the government back open.
Well, and anybody here who gets a paycheck, which I don't know who that is, but during the government shutdown, did they stop taking taxes out of your paycheck?
No,
So
they did not. They did not.
Yeah,
Which
so the
is
government
weird.
is still getting money. Money's still coming in, but somehow they're not paying it. And yet, even in all that scenario, the debt still increased.
Yes, debt was still increasing in massive numbers, hemorrhaging money.
Yep.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but when a government shuts down, it actually means that the government isn't working correctly. I mean, that's where we're at, right? We can't get people to agree on anything reasonable. That's
Yeah,
it's all one extreme or the other.
it's a failure of the legislative branch.
Failure to communicate.
Well, it's
Well,
a failure of the legislative branch to pass a bill funding the government, and it's a
well,
failure of the executive branch in really pushing for that kind of legislation to fund the government to fund its priorities.
and I think too that we always talk about how we're in a post-truth world, right? Only in the post-truth world does a shutdown not mean that the government is actually shut down, right? All it means is that a small portion of people who work for the government, and I don't want to make it sound insignificant. And Dave, I know you guys went through it a bit,
Yeah.
but all it meant is that those people didn't get paid, but everybody that Donald Trump liked still got paid, right? They
I don't know who in the because in the executive branch, the like work still got done. Like our regional offices were still processing veterans claims for benefits. And they were still ordering exams, they're still doing things like that, still doing contract stuff. And the
congressmen still
problem
got paid,
is,
right?
huh?
Congressmen still got paid, right?
Congress got paid
Yeah.
because of the law the law
So
that we were like
weird.
so
When I don't do my job, I don't get paid.
oh I know.
That's
And Mike
fucking
Johnson
strange.
and the thing is related to our other big story of the year, Mike Johnson kept Congress, the House of Representatives, out of
Ugh.
session the entire shutdown until the very, very end, the final weekend before when they were starting to finally vote on stuff. Because those people were home at their districts. There were people, were Democrats and Republicans, saying this is not right that we're sitting here in our districts.
Yep.
We should be working for the people. But Johnson refused to call Congress back to session
because he
Um,
has no spine.
Because he has no Johnson.
I
mean, he's a
You're
creepy
killing me,
puppet.
Dan. You're just killing me.
I mean, it's 3 years late to have this conversation, but Jesus, Mike Johnson is the craziest of all crazy persons to have ended up as Speaker of the House.
Yeah,
Just-
absolutely. Absolutely.
We
Just-
went from Boehner to
the California guy.
right.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was
Forgettable.
Just yeah,
McCarthy.
McCarthy, right? Just a complete craptacular thing, and then we ended up with Johnson, who failed in his duty. I said duty to observe and uphold the Constitution, because the fundamental part of the Constitution is that the power of the purse is in the hands of Congress, right? And so they are supposed to be paying the bills. The bills that they signed a contract say we will pay for this. And they
Well,
didn't.
I mean, part of it was the posturing. Part of it was the game, in that the House had passed what they called a clean continuing
Yeah.
resolution, which meant we'd continue funding at 2024 levels
Right.
into 2026, because we haven't passed a budget in ages.
Yeah.
So, but the one thing was there are a couple things that, especially on the healthcare side, that weren't going to get funded with this bill. Him keeping the House out meant that they didn't have to negotiate, and left everything on the Senate, and basically put a pressure point on the Senate to pass the clean CR. It worked. Eventually, it did end up working. The Congress came back. The group of 8 Democratic senators voted for essentially a clean CR and a separate legislative package that paid for several government agencies through the end of the fiscal year. So those agencies, including my own, do have a budget until the end of the year. So when we go through this whole rigmarole at the end of January, again about funding government, some agencies do have funding going forward. The problem is we're going to make the same mistakes. And these agencies that they're trying that are on the block at the end of January, there's not as much pain points that people can point to, which means it's probably, if we do end up going to another shutdown for those agencies, it's probably going to be a lot longer.
I mean, it's interesting to think. So first of all, why we got there, right? The Democrats' big point was that they were concerned that the subsidies for uh, the ACA, the Affordable Care Act, for people's insurance, that had been put into place during COVID to help people pay for medical treatment during COVID. They were concerned that those were going to go away, and a lot of people's
And they are.
right, and shockingly, right, they are. A lot of people's premiums have gone up pretty significantly
Yep.
because of that. Now, of course, the really interesting thing about it is you kind of have to say that it looks like the whole experiment has been a failure in controlling costs. We can certainly say that the premise of controlling healthcare costs is a noble one.
Yeah.
But where we are is worse than where a lot of people were before this scenario. Now, some people it's better. I'm a person who I got my healthcare on the exchange for a while, and I had the benefit of I had a med that was $300 a month on my Cadillac plan, and
Gotta love
for some
Cadillac.
reason,
Gotta
yeah,
love
for
Cadillac.
some reason, it was $10 a month on the exchange. I don't know if that's the
Yeah, I
power
mean,
of large scale negotiation or whatever, but
I've always complained that the ACA was a large wet kiss to the insurance companies. It really didn't do a whole lot to control costs.
right.
Um, it propped up a lot of health, insurance companies, and it kept in place some of the things that make insurance uh, unaffordable. The portability across state lines, the things that you know, um, it made it hard. Like when my wife was sick, and we had to, you know, uh, we were looking at a long-term care facility for her to rehab and everything. We had to, it was either going to be in West Virginia on the Eastern Panhandle. They didn't have any rooms, so we had to go all the way to fucking Morgantown, which is an hour and a half drive every day for me. Um, it's
And that's under FEHB, right?
yeah, it was Blue Cross Blue Shield, yeah,
Oh,
the federal employee program. So, it's the system is still broken when it comes to healthcare. I know, AJ, you are all over this, working in the insurance industry as well. It's people are getting to a breaking point in this country, and the ACA, the subsidies, you can say, well, it's showing that the ACA system's broken. Sure, but fix it before you throw people off to the wolves.
because
It
the
make
elderly people are being thrown to the wolves.
Yeah,
Their
yeah,
premiums have gone up like 3 times,
and it's not
and
just
their food stamps have gone down to $24 a month. That's the total
Jeez,
that I kept hearing.
that's
Oh,
crazy.
I cannot make this up. Over and over and over through the past 2 weeks. It's like, do you get any form of fiscal? Yeah, $24 a month.
Well,
that's
we
fucking
can
Really?
eat all month for $24, can't we?
Mm.
Jeez.
that. I
Good
mean, you
grief.
can't live on ramen for $24 a month.
Heck no.
Not to mention the prescriptions that a lot of people have. Eliquis is a big one. $300 and $400 a month. It is a blood thinner, which means if you're on it, there's a very good
There you
reason.
go.
Yep.
Yeah,
Um, these things are not easy. And I mean, these are also, this isn't even counting, insulin and the metoprolol and whatever else that everybody's on. So, yeah, $24 a month. That's what I've heard from multiple people. That seems to be a blanket number. Isn't
That's
that weird?
ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. And one of the things I've complained about this entire administration is the casual cruelty. Like, I think that's the
Mhm.
defining term of this year was the casual cruelty we've seen um, with each other, with from the administration down to us. Has really been the hallmark of this year. Is that in many ways the mask has come off, and we're experiencing the inability to be kind with one another. But
And
yeah,
I think
this
I,
system is broken right now, and as we get further into 2026, because this is the bomb that goes off in 2026, one of them, Medicare, Medicaid, the impacts to local hospital systems because people aren't
Oh
able
gosh.
to do to afford their health care. It's just this perfect storm is on the horizon, and you're like, oh, shit, this is gonna get rough.
I
Yes.
mean, it is still crazy to me that we do have solutions that are still close in our reach that could be easily implemented. I'm not a huge fan of public subsidies, but if we were to flood the market with nurses, nurse practitioners, those people
The
make a
exact
healthier
opposite
country.
of what we're doing.
Exactly. It's the
Yeah,
exact opposite of what we're
yeah.
doing.
Oh God.
But I mean, so in Massachusetts, at one point in time, and in Massachusetts, people who don't know, dominatingly the bluest state in the union. I've mentioned this before. There are 12 towns in Massachusetts where it is illegal to sell single-use plastic water bottles. So you can't buy your Fiji water in the store because
Really?
it's illegal in Massachusetts. Yep.
How silly is that?
Well, it depends on how concerned you are about plastic.
Sure.
Uh, but I
I'm
agree.
more
Well,
concerned
if they
about
made them
plastic at
out
the
of hemp,
coast than I am like
Yeah.
hundreds of miles inland. But yeah, I get
Well,
it.
it all gets dumped in the ocean. But
Yeah.
but if they made them out of hemp, it wouldn't be a
well,
problem because they would dissolve after 6
that's
months.
actually what's happened is that you have seen people become very creative with aluminum water pouches like Capri Sun
Three
and stuff
sons.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, which are completely recyclable. And Massachusetts has a bottle bill, so you drop all those things off. But I do think it's a stupid thing to have a law about. But so Massachusetts in 2000 said, look, healthcare costs are out of control. One of the things that we can do is create a lot more healthcare providers. Now, we are prohibited from making doctors because the AMA is granted by government a monopoly on the licensing of doctors and on allowing the number of students to be admitted to medical school each year. So every medical school gets a accreditation for X number of students. The AMA controls that. None of those controls are in place for nursing degrees. Your RNs, your LPNs, your NPs, your nurse practitioners. And nurse practitioners can, in many states, prescribe drugs. Uh, some states they can prescribe psychotropics. Um,
They make a lot of money. They are high paid.
as they can be, as they should be. And
Yeah.
so
Mhm.
Massachusetts started cranking out nurse practitioners. I was at a school that had a nurse practitioner degree as well as a doctorate in nursing degree as well. And about 3 years into the program, the doctors started realizing what a threat this was. And so they used their influence in the legislature to pass a law that said nurse practitioners could no longer work unless they were attached to a doctor's practice or working in a hospital. And that's the thing, right?
Yeah.
That's where it is. We could flood the market with healthcare providers. And I will tell you just one other thing I'll say. My sister, who I've mentioned now, is high muckety muck at MD Anderson, but was a clinical nutritionist for a long time. And she's like, if you paid for people to see a nutritionist once a year, everybody would be so much more healthy.
Sure.
Hmm.
Yeah, because there's just so much stuff. She's like, people don't understand that medicine is made from stuff that's also in food, and that by controlling your diet, you can actually control your health. It's like,
Mm.
why?
Truly,
Why?
truly
Yeah.
right.
Why is there never a
If you eat,
conversation about that? Why does your doctor?
if
Go ahead, Joe.
if you eat the right things, if you take vitamins every day, if you take supplements every day, you greatly increase your chances of staying healthy.
Yeah.
I'm saying that because here I am 68 years old. I don't take a single prescription. I take my vitamins and supplements every day, just like I have for the last 30 years. Do I eat as well as I should? No, I really wish I could say that I did. But darn it, if I did, I'd even be in better shape. And that's the kind of thing we all ought to be doing.
Right. And that's the stuff that we could fix through education, because I don't believe in mandating what people eat or anything like that. But
look at what we're
again,
doing to our education system. Look at what we're doing to all
that's
kinds
exactly
of
where I'm going. We could fix
It's
it
like,
through
y'all, I
education.
can't. It's like I'm getting depressed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, here's the really depressing thing about it. It's all AJ's fault.
No.
No, it's all my fault. Yeah, because I haven't been yelling at fuckers for 5 years at least.
Exactly.
I feel like it's been more like 10 or 12 years that I have been unpopular amongst my former fellow Tennesseans. So yeah, I mean, I've been opinionated for a minute now.
It's all good.
Yep.
It's just, God damn it, what the fuck? I don't understand how we had. Okay, here's my problem: the internet, right?
If that's your
Be this
problem, we got a
great
problem.
thing. we were going to be able to look things up. We weren't going to have to like ask some random uncle and like walk around with the wrong knowledge for 5 years or whatever until somebody corrected us at a party and we felt like a dumbass or whatever it is. Like, we were going to be able to be educated on whatever we wanted.
Right.
Right? I think we misuse the internet. I don't think we're supposed to carry it around with us.
Well, it is also interesting to see sort of the incredible rise, and I think the last year has been the acme of this. I'm very proud of using the word acme in that situation.
It's oppressive.
Thank you. Medical disinformation, because it is insane
Maha.
out there. So, I think I've mentioned before, Dr. Mike, who is my current celebrity man crush. If you're not familiar with him, he is just an unbelievably good-looking doctor based in New Jersey. He has two of the cutest dogs you'll ever see. He moonlights as a boxer, and he does a lot of, because of his huge popularity on YouTube, 10 million subscribers.
I wasn't sure what you were going to say there.
Huge.
Because it is huge. I'm like, whoa, sir. How close are you with your crush? This sounds like a relationship.
Well, and I will just say that I was biased against him for a little while because he's a DOM instead of an MD, and people can look that up to find out what the difference is. But he's still a medical doctor. But he's been fantastic, and you see the crazy shit that he has to fight. So he is throwing himself out in there. There's a thing called 1 versus 100, where there's like 100 skeptics, and he will go in there and they get to raise flags and ask him questions and stuff like that. And at one point in time, there's a clip of him talking to people who are like, I feel like the healthcare system is against us, and doctors. He's like, listen, he's like, if you were to pass out right now, what do you think I would do? And he says, well, you would try to revive me. You would help me. You would do the best things that you could for me. He's like, exactly right. He's like, now, did you see what happened with RFK the other day when they were announcing the Wegovy thing? And somebody fainted. And RFK ran off
Zoom.
the stage away from unbelievable. He's like, so he's like, and he's like, and I'll tell this, I'm not telling you this to brag or anything, but I had a lecture that I was giving in Paris. And so I flew on the overnight from New Jersey, Newark to Paris. And during that flight, there were 3 medical emergencies, and I treated them all. I didn't get paid anything for that. I didn't talk about it at all, except that we're in this
Well,
scenario.
yeah.
Because
Yeah, that's the wonderful thing there, Dan, about socialized medicine. You treated them all. You never asked for a buck. You're phenomenal. You're what keeps us running. Yes, sir.
well, the thing is that there is this attack on the people who are truly dedicated to be healers.
Yes.
And those
Mhm.
people are astonishing people if you ever get a chance to work with them. Now, look, like any profession, there are douchebags involved. However,
Sure.
I find that, based on my time in the medical field, I worked at man's greatest hospital, that it was never the healers who were the douchebags. It was the administrators. And to be fair, the administrators had to put up with a lot of shit too. A lot of why can't I get this? Why can't I get that? Et cetera, et cetera. And honestly, in a great healthcare system, healthcare has to be rationed because it is a valuable resource. Not everybody can have the best treatment in the world. And at the Burr Center and MGH and 27 other hospitals in the United States, there's a machine that distributes what's called proton therapy. Proton therapy delivers chemotherapy in a 1 millimeter cubic centimeter area, and it can be remotely focused. However, the machine that builds it is 6 stories tall, and you have to put the patient in the center of it. It's incredibly expensive to build. But for certain sorts of cancer, it cures the cancer.
Yeah. I mean,
We can't
you-
provide that to everybody.
you can provide economies of scale and things like
Exactly.
that. The more you bring it, the more you build things like that, the cheaper, theoretically, the cheaper they should become.
Yep.
Although with our current economic system and the way inflation's going, yeah, that's not really happening. But, we've gotten to a point in this country where, I hate to even sound like a Bernie bro, but Jesus Christ, the income and the disparity between the people at the highest end and the people at the lowest end, and there's just like this gulf of people in the middle that it used to be kind of not evenly distributed. There's always just a few people at the very top, but it feels like everybody's just being separated. Either you are in the top 1%, or you are sitting down at the bottom near poverty.
Well, and because the power of government is being used to stratify society more
Oh
and
yeah.
more.
I mean,
mean-
because the rich people are using the power of government
Exactly.
to enrich themselves. I mean, they did it. They've done it
Barriers
for
to
years. But
entry.
they're doing it. It's been hyper focused, especially with COVID. The PPP was just the absolute redistribution of wealth from poor people to rich people. The market liquidity that they did during COVID, the $4 trillion, that wasn't meant for poor people. That was meant for the rich people. Um, you know, and the way that government is acting now is just funneling money. I did say PPP.
But you're right, and one of the things about it is that what we find out is that every time government tries to do something good, there are assholes who create grifting
They're
and
leeches.
grafting programs to take advantage of it.
Yeah.
So,
Look,
PPP is a perfect example, right? The idea was that you kept people paid during COVID so that employers could keep paying their employees. But what happened was people made up businesses and filed and got, said, oh, I've got 10 employees and I have to pay them all $3,000 a week. And the government said, here you go, $30,000 a week,
Yep.
$120,000 a month. Will you take a check? That happened. Unscrupulous people made enormous amounts of money. I mean, look at this scandal that's happening right now in Minnesota, right? The whole daycare thing that's going on. It is clear that that was completely taken advantage of. A plan with a good idea we want to provide daycare. People invented daycare and didn't have kids come there.
I mean, how many through the years we've all complained about government programs and things like that. How many government programs have all started with, and I know Reason Magazine does cute little videos on these things. The program started with the best of
Reason is good.
intentions.
Reason is good.
Yeah, the best of intentions. What could possibly go wrong? And then they proceed to tell you how fucked the whole damn program was. And it continues to happen. And I think a lot of people have gotten lazy to, and I think part of the reason why I was attracted to the libertarian movement was we've tried to outsource our philanthropy to the government. We tried to outsource good things to the government, and the government's fucked it up because you've got fundamentally greedy people, either in Congress writing the laws because they've been influenced by greedy people, or just greedy people within the administration that have
Your
seen some.
interpretation is so much more generous than mine.
Oh, I'm sure.
I believe that deliberately government tried to take over charity. And that's why you see people getting arrested all the time for feeding homeless people
Sure.
and stuff like that. Because government knows that if we can do charity on our own effectively, then we know that we don't need government for as much shit as we do.
Well, I think it's given government the ability to say, you know what, without government,
Yeah.
wouldn't take care of the homeless people without government. So
Yeah.
we need to raise your taxes. We need to,
Yeah.
we need to do the X, Y, and Z. That's why the bills that we see are sent down are they talk about the government programs that they do, but then they don't talk about the billions and trillions of dollars worth of excess and graft that they're
So
they want to hide, and all of a sudden and they pass these bills because no one gets a chance to read them, and then all of a
Yep.
sudden on the back end we're like, holy shit, we're allowing the government. Well, this is one of the things we saw with the bill that ended the shutdown. We're allowing senators to sue the United States for $500,000 for each infraction
God.
during this January 6th investigation.
Oh,
And you're like, wait a minute, what the fuck is this?
Right.
Tennessee shame, Tennessee shame. I'm so sorry.
I mean,
Lindsey Graham is
your
talking
cousin
about
Marsha Blackburn.
Oh, that hoe.
There is
Carol.
hey Carol, there is this break, and it's going to get worse for at least another year. In fact, so here's a conversation that
I'm so sorry.
Sorry.
Apologize.
going back to my I just want to warn you, there's no health care available for that, Joe. But anybody who's dealt with a child knows that when they're misbehaving and you start to call them out, they escalate. And they escalate. And we are in a situation where government malfeasance is going to escalate over the next year, and it's going to get worse. Yes, AJ.
I recently became the mother of 2 grown adults, and I will disagree with you there. Because, yes, when they are very small,
Yeah.
but then they learn consequences. I think the problem with all of these bitches is they haven't had any consequences. They
Yep.
are spoiled toddlers. And
Yep.
with Mike Johnson in particular, creepy faced spoiled monster. But no, that's, and I was telling Valente before the show, the hardest part about toddlers is you're kind of just keeping them from killing themselves constantly because they have no concept
Right.
of, oh, this is going to be so bad. The problem that we have with these particular toddlers is they know exactly how bad it's going to get for you.
Yeah.
I,
They
one of
passed
the
it on.
one of the just most amazing lessons, and it sticks with me to this day, that my mother taught me when I was young, maybe 9 or 10 years old. I have a brother who is 3 years younger than me, and then my sister is 9 years younger than me. And at one point, my mom said, when Jeremy was a baby, you weren't really worth that much in terms of being helpful. But here's one of the critical things. The stove is unbelievably dangerous to a toddler. And if there are handles leaning out that something's cooking in, a toddler will reach up and pull that and come down on you, stuff like that. And I'm like, I have these horrific visions in my head. The problem is these bastards want that to happen.
Yeah.
Right?
Mhm.
They want that level of failure for no particularly good reason. I mean, I can't understand the basis of why they're doing what they're doing. Like, I get the idea that people want a smaller government. They want government to do less stuff. But if you're going to have the government do less stuff, but you've already built a dependent class, the right way to fix that isn't to cut them off cold turkey.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, we could look at a whole bunch of other ways. We could stop spending as much on the military and a bunch of other stupid shit.
What?
That
The military?
Heresy. Burn the heretic. Burn the heretic.
all of these crazy things. I mean, and look, entitlements are a lot.
Yeah.
And entitlements, I believe, are larger than the defense budget now. But
especially if you factor in the outlays in future years.
Yeah, well,
Yes,
exactly.
definitely.
Right. But there are so many solutions that are like reasonable that we could get to. The problem is that
Sorry.
nobody
Sorry.
wants to be reasonable.
No.
Everybody is committed to it's my way or the highway. And, I'm going to blame Republicans for a lot of this shit that's going on, but I'm going to blame Democrats for Republicans feeling the way that they feel right now, because they feel like all the modern things. This happened. I posted a picture of a quote from Ronald Reagan, put it up on my Facebook wall. The vitriol, the people who came out of the woodwork to say Reagan was a terrible human being. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, look, when Ronald Reagan was elected, every state except for Minnesota voted for him.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, the most popular president in the United States. And you're going to tell me that he's the worst president? Maybe.
And you think about that.
Yeah.
You think about that. Why did he lose Minnesota? Only for one reason.
It's
We
Mondale.
all know the reason.
Well, he also lost
Yeah,
DC.
Mondale was from Minnesota. He
Not a
won
state.
every freaking
Not a state.
state in the union.
Yep.
This guy was a uniter. This guy was a good man.
Yeah.
And he wasn't perfect. Far from
Yeah,
it.
I mean there are
He
valid criticisms on
Absolutely.
Reagan's time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But in spite of those criticisms, in spite of those shortfallings, he was a good man.
I mean,
and he led and he presented a picture of leadership for this country that we probably have not had since then, I would say.
Yeah, I mean,
I think the criticisms for Reagan mainly for me especially within the duplicitous on the Iran-Contra scandal, but also the AIDS.
He was terrible
the way
about
that
AIDS.
was just awful.
Yes, that right there.
But if you're going to be living in that time, you got to be running guns for the Contras. Come on.
No.
I'm terrible. How do you stand me? I don't know.
But it's a legitimate thing, and so that's where we are. So, we could go on for the next however many more minutes, 50 minutes that we have left in the show.
We haven't even moved on to the next, what happened this last 6 months of 2025. Because it's every fucking day. It's every fucking day, like 27 times a day. Like, I've gotten 2 texts, like, while we've been on here, and I'm like, I never hear from her unless there's bad legislation. So I'm like,
well,
and
let's face it, we need to desperately talk about who croaked. Who croaked
Well,
this year?
we will. But the other big story that we had
I
this
mean,
year,
they're not going anywhere.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
Jesus Christ! Wow.
AJ.
But
Hi, Mom, if you're watching.
other big story. I mean, well, there have been several big stories. Like I know we've been living in this kind of this code red, everyday news story cycle, every hour news story cycle. It feels like some days. But the Epstein files really came to a head here at the end of the year. What part of the reason why the government shutdown lasted so long was that Mike Johnson pulled Congress out of session 5 days before the shutdown started and refused to seat a lady named Adelita Grijalva, who had won special election in the Arizona 7th congressional district, refused to seat her because Congress is out of session, even though we've actually sworn people in during recesses before. He refused to swear her in for over a month. During that time, a second Democratic congressman won election in Texas, but refused to be seated until after the shutdown ended. And the reason why was that Adelita Grijalva would have been the 218th vote or signature on a
Majority.
petition. Yeah, on a petition to discharge the Rokana and Thomas Massey Epstein. I can't remember exactly what it was called, but it was basically the Epstein Transparency Act that would release all of the Epstein files. Well, not all of the Epstein files. In the legislation, it said if it was still an active investigation, they could withhold some things. Um, giving the Department of Justice a month to release those files. It goes to the Senate. Senate, there's lots of doubt on whether the legislation will be signed by the president, but the president then signals that he would sign it. Congress votes to pass it. It passes. The Senate votes to pass it unanimously, and then only one person in the House voted against it. Just some former cop out of Louisiana. I can't remember
Yeah,
what his name is.
the most Trumpy of Trumpies.
Yeah. And then Trump signs it. And lo and behold, 1 month later, on December 19th, when this the Epstein files are supposed to be released, and there's terabytes of data on this whole
Yep.
case. I mean, there's just video, investigations, and we get I don't even know, we got a percent
much.
of what was supposed to be released, and it was heavily redacted. And like in some cases, I think only 10% of the pages that were released had no redactions on them.
Well, and
Um,
what's
Who
interesting
loved
about this?
that they apparently fired the person that actually knows how to redact things, though?
What's
I
interesting?
love that you can just copy and paste them onto another document and, oh, look, it's all revealed. It's magic.
The I'll say two things about that. But first, the first one I want to say is that contracts and every piece of legislation is a contract has to have consequences.
yes.
And I wish that they'd put more in there because they're saying that their consequences are going to be that they're going to hold the eternal attorney general in contempt.
How? I mean,
No.
and really, how? I mean,
Yeah.
the Democrat or the Republicans still hold a majority. In fact, it's gotten a little bit bigger.
Right.
And
I mean, I do think that there probably are the votes because it's Epstein to do that.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know that. I think they got the president to sign off on this. I don't know that they're really ready to take another swing at the Trump pinata yet. Maybe soon. Maybe
Yeah.
we'll see that soon.
But couldn't
Um,
she be the patsy? Because I feel like she's going to be. She is going to be the person that gets thrown under the bus for
I
this.
think this is
Because major Trumpers are all like, "Bah, Pam Bondi, she's blocking us from the truth." Brr, 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 brr."
yeah.
And they're calling for Trump to get rid of her. So, I mean, what if he's just like,
Well,
I mean, lets her take the fall? It wouldn't be the first woman that,
She
you
deserves, as
took the
Attorney
fall for
General,
this.
she certainly deserves to
Well,
be
she's
prosecuted. She certainly does.
yeah, but she's not. I mean, and this may end up being a situation like we talked about with it takes one for one guy to start talking. Bill Clinton, to his I'll say credit, he actually said release the files. I want to clear my name. okay, cool. All right, let's release the files.
Yes.
But if
But that's what you would
Trump
expect him
turns
to say.
on Bondi's, I'm pretty sure Bondi's seen stuff. Does she
Yes.
turn on Trump and say, "Yeah, he's all over the fucking
Do you
place"?
think she's going to commit suicide?
You know,
It's
when
funny.
there's Clintons and Trump involved, I don't
Well,
know, man.
I mean, it could be a Clinton side. It could be a
It's
Clinton
More
side.
worth
Trump side, though.
it's worth briefly mentioning in this thing as we're talking about this, Elise Stefanik, who went from Trump darling to completely hated to she is now quitting politics. It's crazy.
Well, I mean, MTG's doing the same thing. She's
Yeah.
I don't know if she's
Well,
quitting. She's quitting.
Hanging out with Trump,
Yeah.
hanging out with Trump would cause a lot of people to go that route. Let's face it. Let's quit politics because I'm a dead
Well,
person.
I mean, Stefanik was trying to parlay her proximity to Trump into running for New York governor, and that was a Led Zeppelin. It was the
Right.
trial balloon was digging in the ground. You know that
Right. And then she wanted to be ambassador to the UN, and she hasn't done enough good things
no
for Trump to get that job.
no.
I mean, aside from not qualified either. But
She hasn't done the right jobs for Trump.
exactly.
I think she's
Yes,
a
I
little too
think
old for him.
Oh, jeez.
it's tough.
Oh,
Speaking of which, have
Oh,
you
heavens.
seen
Dave.
the Melania video documentary that's going to drop on HBO in the new year?
I'm not going to watch that.
I am not going to watch it either, but I do think it's pretty crazy that
Now,
all these mergers are
I haven't
happening.
even heard of it up till this moment. I haven't heard of it. But let's face it, the fact that you just said the Melania video, we're all going to
No.
watch it, whether we
No.
admit it or
I
not.
mean, you have to have HBO to watch it or pirate it, which isn't that hard to do.
I don't have HBO.
I mean, and it's called Melania.
It's not Melania's modeling days. We're not going to be seeing those videos.
Yeah. And it is not.
Well, if it's current days of her ripping Trump, I might want to do pay-per-view.
And it is not hard-hitting investigative journalism either.
I feel like the person involved in the making of Melania is also in the Epstein files.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
I think you're probably right.
It's 2025. Good riddance to 2025. That it's all possible.
It is. So
but we are starting to see some names really come out into the what we've seen from the Epstein files. Trump is in there. We know that Trump is in there. We know that Bill Clinton is in there. There's a hot tub picture of him. Steve Bannon confirmed now that
crazy.
there's been a few congressmen that were confirmed to be in there. So we're starting to see the names. There's still a lot of redaction, still a lot of protection for these people, and we know that whatever happens, we're probably not going to see any actual justice out of this, other than people losing their jobs. And I don't even know that. Like, I don't think
People
Trump is
getting hired by the Trump administration. What are you talking about? They're like, you're in the files too? Well, hell yeah. That's a fucking resume right there.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. How many times were you on Trump's plane?
I'm sorry. I'm so angry. I was telling Dave earlier, I was like, it's really difficult for me to exist right now because I'm so angry at men, and most of my favorite people are men. It's just like, the struggle is real right now.
You read the Jouffre book.
Yes. And it just makes you hate.
I apologize for having penis.
Well, that's the problem. It's like, I don't actually hate men. I was a urology nurse. Like, come on.
So this is a thing that's been floating around in libertarian circles recently. I'd made the post that said that because speech is free, you as a man, you can tell a woman that you think she's pretty. But if you want her to not be creeped out by that, you have to earn that privilege. Sometimes you earn it just by not being a creep. Sometimes you earn it by being friends with somebody for a while. I can tell you, I would not say that to most women I know. It's just not appropriate. And you know, I like to think that in general, I mean, I put a lot of effort into making sure that everybody feels safe around me, but particularly women. And there are occasions where I think anybody can inadvertently frighten somebody else. And, you know, I have been aware of situations where I'm like, I'm not really doing anything wrong, but this person doesn't feel safe. And so my obligation is to figure out how I can make them feel safe. And usually I start off and say, you know what? I'm going to go sit on the other side of the room for a while. You know, we can keep talking, we have a little more space, something like that. Those sort of things, men do have to be aware of that. I mean, I think women have to be aware of it too, but women generally are aware. I have this conversation all the time. Uh, nothing irritates me more than when somebody says, you know, I knew my son was gay because when he was 4 or 5, he only wanted to play with dolls. Look, dramatic play is how people learn social skills. If you want to know why most women have better social skills earlier than men, it's because they've done a lot of dramatic play. This is well understood. Don't tell me that a boy is gay because he wants to play with dolls, or that a girl is gay because she wants to play football or whatever. All that bullshit has got to stop. And then come back to the idea that we also all have a responsibility because we live in the world with each other to understand when what we're doing is being when we're being a creep or what we're doing is being interpreted as being creepy.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that definitely is valid. I mean, I think, especially us going to events, big events like, conventions and things
Exactly.
like that together, witnessed people being creepy as fuck or doing
Yeah,
creepy as fuck
unbelievable.
things. Like, just stop. Like,
Yeah, conventions are
seriously,
bad.
just a modest hint of this person doesn't is trying to walk away from you. This person is trying to create distance from you, but you keep pursuing them like they're, you're fucking Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner. Like that, that's not welcome. Don't do it. But people, I think, when I talked about casual cruelty earlier tonight, I mean, that's kind of one of the things is that people are taking offense at people not feeling safe. And they're
Yes.
they're trying to say, "I have a right to be an asshole." You sure do have a right to be an asshole, but you sure do have the right to feel the consequences of being an asshole.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree with that 100%.
Growing up, it was always like an understood thing that men are going to say things. Like that is just the way that it's going to be.
Yeah,
So much so that I didn't think anything of it until my kids pointed it out to me.
there used to be
What do
this.
you mean? That's okay. It's so and so's, whatever. It didn't mean anything. And they're like, it does to me. And I was like, oh. I don't think anything of it because my friend's boyfriend was drunk and made, a comment or left his hand on my back a little bit too long for anybody's liking. I mean, I didn't like it either, but I didn't really think about it because I don't want to cause a problem because we've got to be quiet. We've got to make sure that everybody's comfortable unless it's us,
There's
and that's just the way it's always been.
Yeah.
a great list that floats around the internet saying, you know, what do you do before a first date? At no point in time does a man say, I'm going to tell other people where I'm going to be and tell them that I'm going to call them at this time of night to confirm that I'm okay. That
Hmm.
never happens,
Yeah.
right? At no point in time does he say, I'm going to make sure I have enough money to get home, or I have a.
No, we have all that covered. We have all that covered in
But
advance.
no, it's because we never
No,
worry
it's
about it.
because
We have
Yeah.
you're
no fear.
the worst thing that's going to happen if you go on an online date, she might not look like the pictures. The worst thing that's going to happen if I go on an online date, I might not be heard from again. I have had plenty of
I
men that got upset that I was snapping a picture of their license plate because they were the ones that were driving. And I sent it to a friend or I sent it to, yes, absolutely. You have to know where I'm at. And girls do this. This is very common.
Or
Blows people's minds.
And it's, not just dating, just going out to a fucking bar. The
Absolutely.
idea that you have to go with a pack, watching drinks be made, making sure that your drinks aren't left uncovered. Um,
Mhm.
there was time I was at a bar in Arlington, and um, this girl had been given a shot of whiskey, and it looked kind of cloudy, and she
Mhm.
kept looking at it like, "I'm not going to drink that. I'm not going to drink that." I said, "Are you worried about that shot?" And she goes, "Yes." And I said, "I'll get you another if you really want a shot. I'll get you another shot, and then we'll have that one replaced. Keep it on the down low." I pulled the bartender I knew. I said, "Get her a shot of the same thing. Make sure that the chain of custody is kept track of, and
100%.
and got her another shot, because there's you. I mean, as men, we got to look out
and then
for
you do
women
the
as well."
shot.
No, I did not do the shot. I did not roofie myself.
Well, no, I've turned down drinks that were sent to me by
Yeah,
somebody because it
Sure.
was like, oh,
Chain of
no, no,
custody.
no.
You gotta make sure that
Or
those
he would
those
bring me
drinks
a
are
drink.
fine.
Hey, how you doing? No, no, no. I don't
yeah,
know you. You're asking what my name is.
right,
Do
exactly.
you think I'm going to take a drink from you?
Right, and that's the thing is that there has to be men do have to understand that. And that's what I meant, and that's so many people took
Mhm.
offense when I said you have to earn it. You have to earn anything in a relationship. Okay,
Yes.
nobody should give you trust to begin with, least of all a person who could be an object of your sexual desires.
Yes.
The
Absolutely. You gotta
Yeah,
build trust.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that post, and I know Dr. Risa Willis reposted that, and had a good
yeah,
conversation
very
going on with
flattering.
that
Mm,
as well. And you know, honestly, this is just simple stuff. I mean, we're in an age now that people are being mean to each other for sport. We
Yeah,
can talk about one of the things the big deaths that happened this year. One of them was not a fan of the guy, but Charlie Kirk assassinated because
yeah,
people didn't like him. The guy did not like him. We're still not exactly sure what his motivation was. There's been rumors about having a trans girlfriend or whatever this guy's motivation was. He shot Charlie Kirk out of hate.
yeah,
Now I'm tired of the right trying to cash in on this. Like, I don't think we should be using assassinations as political fodder,
yeah,
because then you are actually setting up more political assassinations, because that people can make political statements out of it, and just quite honestly, I think we're in a situation right now. We're kind of on a knife's edge of how whether this country survives long term. And the wrong political assassination can send us teetering over the brink, um, or down the knife edge.
yeah.
And so, yeah, I mean, the way that it's been capitalized has been distasteful. I was, I've laughed at some of the jokes that have been made, especially around his wife. The JD Vance stuff, and
Yeah.
how fast she's moved on with this.
Well,
But
and now her history of dating shows and all this stuff. Have you
oh, the
followed any of
music
this?
video, yeah, the music video that she was
Well,
in.
right, and she was on a dating show, even though she has several public statements of, "I never dated anybody before I dated Charlie."
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah,
her shit's unraveling, and that's
yeah.
she'll land on her feet.
I mean,
She'll be
They
she'll be
always do.
second lady of the United States here.
should be or hostess on Fox, right? She's Miss Arizona. That has a
Yeah, I mean,
those
she's
people get hired on Fox.
vaguely pretty.
She's the type that
Super
they like.
opinionated. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Anyway, but so but you're right that Charlie's death is it's an important point of failure for the country because he certainly was a zealot. He argued for some very strong, and I think it's fair, Brandy.
Brandy's in
Um,
Arizona. Yeah.
he argued for a lot of strong positions and ones that I think many people found distasteful and
Oh
found
yeah.
to be expressing extremist views. The problem with the country is that we're not good about confronting people with extremist views because we feel like we have to say, oh, everybody's got a right to free speech.
Yeah.
And
I get what you're saying because I was talking about this earlier. You have a right to say
yep,
extremist shit. Like I don't like the Klan. I don't like the neo Nazis. I don't like a lot of the hate speech
yep,
that's going on. As long as we've built in consequences for making those things, and I'm talking about personal consequences, not they should be shot. No, I'm saying personal consequences that they should be shunned from
yeah.
society. That's
It,
what those are the consequences I'm talking about.
and what's interesting about it is that you see people like Charlie or other people on that ilk saying, "Oh, we're being deplatformed all the time."
Cancel culture.
Yeah, exactly. But nobody is deplatformed in the age of the internet. If you want to go to the places where those things get published, Stormfront's website is still,
It's still there, yeah.
still there. They have a lot of stuff. People who don't know, don't go to Stormfront. You don't want to know what
Yeah,
it is.
don't go to
Sucks.
Storefront.
But you can't. People who complain, oh, Facebook blocked me. And now here's the thing, right? We know Facebook really did do that. Okay, I mean it happened to libertarians as much as anybody else. These shadow bans, things not being changed, etc. Now, Brady raised a great point. Bill Cosby was canceled long before there were any legal consequences for him
Yes.
because he did some really repugnant shit. Um, the I
He was
can't
also
remember.
black.
Well, I was going to say that too. I'm like, James Franco. James Franco isn't as bad as that.
Now,
Go ahead, Joe.
on Cosby, yeah, you've got a great point, AJ. But he was absolutely hilarious since the late '60s. Everybody loved this guy. I don't care what color he was. Everybody loved him, and he set himself on fire. And it's a rotten shame. I don't think anybody would have noticed the color because he was so freaking funny.
I think they noticed the color when they were canceling him and actually sentencing him. If
Right.
he had been a white man, I don't feel like that would have happened at all across any of it.
Yeah, I
I
don't
don't
I
know.
don't
I don't know
disagree.
if I agree with that. I mean, I look at creeps like Trump. If we had half the chance to sentence him, we would.
Or make
And
a
it doesn't
president.
matter his color. He's just a freaking
See,
creep.
there's the thing is I
Yeah.
don't believe because
You
Trump was
said,
made president twice.
yeah.
Even
It,
after there was all not just allegations, but he was
yeah.
actually found liable. So I don't understand.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
you certainly look at other people who've been canceled. Yeah, look at that. Mel Gibson. I was just I was just watching a video with Ricky Gervais talking about how much he has really ragged on Mel Gibson. But Mel Gibson is still a huge star.
Still a huge star,
Still
didn't hurt him.
enormously wealthy. I mean, as far as I know,
Didn't he
he's
even have Trump argue that he should be able to have guns even after all of the domestic assaults charges
not.
and convictions, maybe?
I don't know. I'm not
Mm.
familiar with that. It
Somebody look that up that's not on their iPhone.
wouldn't shock me, but I can't imagine that Trump would approve of any foreigner having a gun. So it's a Okay, Dave's back. Stop talking.
Yeah.
about
tell me.
it.
Did you tell him about the goat story?
I did.
Nice.
But I don't know how much, if you were listening to it, we're just sort of talking about. Well, first we were talking about the people who do get socially canceled, and AJ made, I think, an interesting point that if Cosby had been Milton Berle, they probably wouldn't have gone to jail. Just a thought. But
Jail.
that
Yeah.
leads
I
to
mean, you
that
know,
leads to an interesting thing because right, JD Vance said again over the weekend, he's like, "I'm here to tell you, this generation, that you will never have to apologize for being white."
wouldn't it? And I think we talked about this last week. Like when have white people had to apologize for their whiteness? Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
Exactly.
the white people putting
Exactly.
raisins in potato salad. Yes, you should fucking apologize for that.
Yeah.
Putting eggs in macaroni and cheese. You should fucking apologize for that. But just being a white person, I've never heard people having to
Mm-mm.
apologize for being white people.
People
Yeah.
people should be able to live their lives without apologizing.
Thank you,
I don't care
Brandon.
if you're white or whoever you are, but they should be able to live their lives without apologizing. And that's how I look at it.
Yeah.
That is, and yes, thank you, Brandy, for looking up Mel Gibson and Trump and guns. There is, lost my train of thought. I'm sorry.
That's fine. Yeah. So
It's the gummy.
nice. But yeah, I mean, this year has seen other celebrity deaths. We talked about Bridget Bardot a little while earlier, but there are two couple deaths that really hit the news. One is still, I don't even know understand how this happened, but Gene Hackman and his wife were found dead in Santa Fe, New Mexico. Apparently, one of them, I don't know, I think it was Gene Hackman, died of the hantavirus. I don't know why his spouse just kept him in the house, and she died fairly recently after him, and that's been known to happen when a longtime spouse passes away.
Disoriented. Yeah.
But yeah,
Well, and then you have Rob Reiner.
yeah, and then you have Rob Reiner and his wife were brutally murdered by their son, who was having drug and mental health issues. They're different stories, but I think both hit in different ways. I think with the Hackman, it was such a tragedy. Not only was it the family dog was dead as well, like it was just a tragedy all around. Gene Hackman, one of my favorite actors of all time. The
Poseidon
Side
Adventure.
Adventure, Crimson Tide, The Replacements. My God, the coach in The
Yes.
Replacements was a phenomenal movie.
Yeah. Hoosiers, The French Connection.
Hoosiers, French Connection. Yeah.
Young Frankenstein.
Yeah. Girls Love Scars. Girls Love Scars.
Young Frankenstein.
No.
Yes.
Was
Gene
he?
Hackman is the blind man in Young Frankenstein.
Oh my God.
Oh my heavens, he is.
He's
Isn't he?
uncredited,
Wow.
but yes.
Did not realize that. But yeah, just several amazing films, and of course Rob Reiner, several amazing films.
I just
When Harry
rewatched
Met
Stand By Me.
Sally. Yeah.
That movie is unbelievable, and I wish I rewatched it because I didn't understand a lot of the depth of the stuff that was happening when I watched the movie because I was a kid.
Yeah.
But holy shit, that relationship between Wesley Crusher and River Phoenix is but Will Wheaton.
Will Wheaton. Yeah.
Will Wheaton. It's unbelievable. It's one of the best children's friendships ever put to screen, as far as I'm concerned. And for Rob Reiner, who'd never done anything like that, to bring that out, to get to these two unbelievable performances out of child actors, and all the kids are good. The kid from Show Me the Money, God, what's his name? Jerry O'Connell.
Jerry O'Connell.
Yeah.
Jerry O'Connell is amazing in that. And then it's one of the Coreys, right?
Corey Feldman.
Is it Corey Feldman? Okay.
Or Corey. Wait a minute.
I can never remember which one is which, but one of the Coreys. I mean, just unbelievable performances. And the kids have to carry that movie it is such a masterwork of directing that is just it's phenomenal. And
I
then
mean, so many of just films that stand the test of time that when you're flipping the TV and you land on it, you're like, "Oh, I gotta watch this." Like Princess Bride,
yeah,
Stand by Me is another one. You know, just when
when
Harry
Harry
Met
Met Sally,
Sally. I
exactly.
mean, all these
Spinal Tap.
movies are just
I
Spinal
just
Tap.
watched the
Yeah,
second Spinal Tap. It's so sad. And yeah, just an unbelievable talent. A huge left wing political activist,
yes,
which caused the president to essentially go crazy on Twitter.
yeah.
Right. One of the worst things he essentially said, this happened because Rob Reiner was critical of me,
And Trump
and
derangement syndrome, and yeah, Jesus Christ, like,
It's
Well,
always got to be about
Trump
yeah,
something.
it's got to be about
Trump
him.
is certainly deranged. Trump is certainly
Yeah.
deranged.
Yeah,
it's so strange, and so many people don't care. And
And they still love the guy for some
well,
stupid reason. But they also love all child predators. So they have that going for them.
and I mean, the thing about it is that we have to live with them. That's the tough part about
I
what
know.
we're talking
They're
about.
down our
How do
street.
we live with these people?
I
And
mean,
that's our challenge for
we ended.
2026.
I mean,
I know.
we got
You're
past.
nailing it,
Well, I
Dan.
mean, we got past. Well, we thought we got past racial segregation. You know, in the 50s and 60s, and we managed to live with these people before. I think they've. You know, this is kind of the descendants of those people are rearing their ugly heads right now. We'll figure a way to live with them. I think it's just breaking the trauma of Trump. Eventually, however that happens, I don't. You know, I know several people are like, "God, I wish that guy in Pennsylvania had been successful." That's the worst thing that could happen. You know, the political violence is never going to be a good thing moving forward with Donald Trump. Let Donald Trump slip off uh, into eternal celestial dirt nap on his own. Um, we've seen his health. It's probably not going to be that long. Um,
We've been
Yeah.
saying that
He's gonna
since
croak before we know it.
January.
I know. I mean, it's a tough wait. I get that, but you know, with eventually, you know, this whole thing, this too shall pass.
Like a kidney stone. You got to quit taking breaths, man. You are giving me openings.
You know what?
Like
But
oh my
you're
God.
packing them full. Those openings are
AJ.
being packed full of good stuff.
Like a kidney stone. That was really good, AJ.
I do my best. I do my best.
And you're hitting it out of the park.
Kidney stone is never best, though. Oh,
Damn.
damn. But yeah, I mean, he has declined noticeably in the
my
last year,
heavens.
and you know, I pray for nature to take its course.
Weekend at Bernie's.
I mean, is there a chance that Stephen Miller and the sycophants are associated with him will make him animatronic like you know, Chuck E. Cheese, Donald Trump
I just read
playing
yeah.
instruments?
I dread the conspiracies and what they would do to the country
Sure.
if something were to happen.
Yeah. No, I get that.
I mean, we almost saw it right during the assassination attempt in Pennsylvania.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that
Yeah.
would have been a fucking disaster.
And you know, the interesting thing, and I remember hearing this being brought up during the initial investigation of why did this kid do this with Donald Trump?
Yeah.
And one of the things they said was that one of his big issues was Jeffrey Epstein. Like he was an Epstein truther.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, like the whole Epstein files thing, Donald Trump, the assassination. It's an interesting thing. I mean, we're seeing conspiracy theories on the left that, you know, he was never shot. It was all staged and all that stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, you know,
all the
awful if it is, because some poor schlub in the audience caught a bullet and died. That
Yeah.
kid on the roof caught several bullets and
It's a
died.
sad,
killed.
it's a sad thing. When you think about it, somebody died in that audience because
Yeah.
of that. The shooter died because of that. And Donald's ear mysteriously within a couple of months
No,
healed
within a couple of
perfectly when
days
they
healed
should-
her. Like the magic
within
maxi
and it
pad.
should
Wait,
never
wait, wait,
happen.
wait, wait. There was at least a
So it was-
weekend of maxi pads on ears.
I mean, AJ, I'm trying to be serious.
No, that's that 2025 has fucked that for all of us. No more
Yeah.
seriousness.
No,
Only
if you wore a maxi
shenanigans.
pad
we
on
all
your
know,
ear,
we all know it was staged. We all know he wasn't shot. We all know it was put up. And the sad thing is, 2 people lost their lives because he wanted to look
Yeah.
good. The man is just a sham.
yeah. I mean,
I don't know that I'm
I don't
convinced
know
that
if it was.
assassination was faked, but
Yeah. I mean,
Oh,
it's
it was.
hard.
It was. There was no other way.
It's hard to. I mean, the reason why I doubt the fake story is that the guy had his ear this way, and then like half second later, he turned his head ever so slightly. If his head was still like this,
It was all blood.
if his head was like this, it would have slapped into the back of his cerebral cortex. Like
Bingo.
the timing
it
on
just
that was
nipped his
not.
ear.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
It's like
Brandy.
it nipped his ear. It was like he turned his head and went, ah, and it went right, and then it healed within a week. No, that
Yeah,
doesn't.
I
He's
mean,
a fake.
I don't know. Like I have a problem. I generally have problems with conspiracy theories to begin with, just because the number of people,
I do too.
number of people who have
But
to
every now and then,
coordinate something like that.
every now and then, one of them
Yeah.
are right. Every now and then,
I mean,
one of them are right.
if there's a
This
conspiracy that
extreme-
only involves a few people, I can believe in it.
Yeah, I can
The
believe
no-
in it more.
The
but
more
yeah.
people that you try to get, I mean, you can't fucking keep a birthday party secret. You know,
Yeah, you tell the wrong person, it doesn't matter.
yeah, but that being said, I am grateful that it didn't happen, because I don't think it would have made anything different for the people, because the election still would have gone to whoever.
Katie Vance. Was Vance even not nominated at that point, or
I
suggested at that point? It was very close to that point.
I was, oddly enough, I was at Freedom Fest when it happened, and a friend of the show, Jim Babka, was actually at a seminar talking about presidential assassinations and their impact on
Oh Jesus!
when it happened.
Yeah.
So for me, that's the conspiracy, that I think they knew, planned that schedule.
Jim Babka knew ahead of time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
But
What
we should-
other
we
what
should
other
keep
big
going.
celebrity deaths did we have this year? So we've done Kirk. We've done the Reiners. We've done the Hoffmans.
We did Bridget
Yeah.
Bardot. That's the saddest one.
All right. BuzzFeed 45 deaths. Let's see. Robert Redford.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Oh yeah,
What-
Bob Redford. I mean, what an actor. You know what?
Oh
To
my
this
God.
day, one of my favorite films. So many people talk about like Jeremiah Johnson or this or that. 3 Days of
Just
the
watched
Condor.
it with Faye Dunaway.
Damn. Faye Dunaway, Robert Redford.
Yeah.
What a thriller. Max von Sydow. That had to be one of the best films to this day I've ever seen. And every time I see it come on,
It's
I
a
watch
really good film. I do like Jeremiah Johnson
The
a lot.
Natural.
The Natural.
Oh, very
The
good.
Natural was
Love
just
Jeremiah.
a wonderful movie. When I was a kid, I was just super, even more than I am now into baseball, and that movie was just the fucking balls for me.
The Natural was an amazing, amazing movie. I watch it every time. It would be my favorite sports film, except for, damn it, A League of Their Own.
is great.
Gina Davis. Oh my heavens, I cannot ever turn that movie off. But The Natural is my absolute number two.
That means that you're not considering Field of Dreams as a sports movie.
I've seen Field of Dreams. It's very, very, very good, but it can't displace those top two.
All right.
Can't do it.
Let's see. Number 2 on the list for BuzzFeed was Diane Keaton.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was sucked.
Yeah.
That sucked. They had
Sweetie pie.
the Rhiners at number 3, Ozzy Osbourne number 4. They had the
Oh,
big concert,
terrible.
and then like less than a week later, he's passed away.
Generals
Yeah.
gather at the Massey. Sorry.
I mean, that was the best. To me, that's the best war protest song ever.
Yeah.
Gene Hackman, we talked about. Val Kilmer.
Dick Cheney.
Yeah, Dick Cheney, but Val Kilmer. Just a phenomenal actor, another New Mexico resident. His Doc Holliday in Tombstone was
Your Huckleberry.
there are still
man.
I've got a shirt. I got 2
Incredible
shirts.
movie. Incredible.
Yeah, 2 shirts of his portrayal of Doc Holliday. The one that has Doc Holliday and it says "Say when," say when, and then
2 balloons, one for
and
the
then I've the one where he's
I
at
love that
the
movie.
drunk at the poker table and he's like, "I've not yet begun to defile myself."
Yes.
Love
Yes.
that. That was just I still
Amazing.
use that. quote.
Amazing movie.
Yeah,
I
amazing
really
movie.
liked him as Jim Morrison in the Doors movie.
Oh God.
Oh, he
Real
did
genius.
amazing, phenomenal job.
Real genius. I mean, obviously
Yes.
Top Gun and Maverick.
Raymond Zarek could not believe that it wasn't Jim singing. He was like, "Oh, you really put in the work." Yeah, he really
Yeah.
put in the work.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
He's
him
an amazing
singing.
actor.
And I mean, especially Willow. I don't know if you've seen Willow, but man, Val Kilmer is amazing, and that's my favorite Val Kilmer film.
Jane Goodall.
Sad.
I mean, again, she had
Good
a
life.
long
Yeah,
life.
exactly.
91 years old as well.
Love that her last interview was like, "Yep, Trump's terrible. Yep, humans are awful." Like I
Well,
fucking love that.
She called it as
Yep.
she saw him, and you got to respect it.
Malcolm Jamal Warner. That was a shocker.
Drowning.
Yeah.
I think we've said it
With his
before.
family.
I'll say it again. Please go to the Y. Take a swim class. There's a reason why we talked about it on the show. MIT still requires you to pass a swim test to graduate because they think it's that important.
Yep.
So
Brian
know how to
Wilson
swim.
from the Beach Boys.
Yeah, been a long time coming for him as well, but because he was always unhealthy. But he actually got healthier as he got older, as he was learned to treat his mental illness, and then after that, take care of his body a little bit more.
Yeah.
Wrote some amazing music.
The 24-inch pythons of Hulk Hogan. What are you gonna do, brother?
No
Who's
comment.
next?
Yeah.
Ace Frehley.
Pope Francis.
Yep.
Fresh off of meeting JD Vance,
Me.
dropped out. He was like,
That's my conspiracy theory. And then they get an American Pope.
American Pope. Oh yeah.
And Pope Francis and the new American Pope, God bless them both. It's easy to admire both of them. Me, though, with my Catholic or semi-Catholic upbringing, I have so many issues with the Catholic Church. I wish these men well, but it is difficult to sustain admiration.
It's been nice to have a Catholic Church that is now known more for than the covering up of child scandals. That the
Yes.
leaders of the Catholic Church are really, people don't understand the role that John Paul II made in the fight against communism
good.
in the 80s.
He was good.
Leading the Catholic Church.
He was good.
I think
the first Polish
Leo
priest.
is going to have the same impact in fighting this rise of right-wing nationalism that is going across Europe and the United States right now. And hopefully he's as successful as John Paul is, with
hope
less
he's
child
very
molestation,
successful.
with no child molestation.
In that situation, the absolute less or zero, the
Yes.
better.
Cool. We talked. Said Dick Cheney, Giorgio Armani.
I don't know who that is. I'm just kidding.
Designer guy. He's some designer
June
guy,
Lockhart.
Dan.
Yeah, I mean it's.
Lost in Space. I grew up with June Lockhart. I mean,
was
with Lassie
gorgeous.
and then Lost in Space, what a great time. What a great actress. It just have to
Also
acknowledge
high
her.
on Joe's list, Connie Francis passed away.
Well, Connie Francis, Dan, you're too good to me, Dan. Connie Francis was just a little bit before my time. Great singer.
Great singer. I actually, when
Uh,
she died, I watched her movie. That was terrible. And I mean, there's not a lot.
I didn't see
If
it,
I think
Dan.
something's terrible, I'll
But again,
generally
I
like get
can't
into it because
comment.
it's so terrible. No, this was too terrible for that.
All right.
I can't get into it, Dan, just because she was too much before
All
my
right.
time.
Two more will hit. Roberta Flack, Killing Me Softly.
Yep.
His song,
Oh,
fantastic.
yes. It's 1972
Yeah,
all over
and then
again.
George Foreman.
Ooh,
Yeah, that's sad.
He was a
Who
famous
thought?
grill manufacturer.
You know, before that, though, I remember Foreman. I mean, the Olympic champion. He's taking on Ali, and every man he has met hasn't even made it to the third round. This man is going to kill Muhammad Ali, and Ali just takes him round after round and drops the guy.
Yep.
Who would have
Rope-a-dope.
thought? Who would have thought?
All right.
And I'll give you a quick shout out since we're moving on to the news quiz to my boy Bill Moyers, University of Texas graduate.
Oh, yeah.
Just a phenomenal journalist in his day.
All right.
Mm.
Hold on just a second. Let me hide the
Bill
chat.
Moyers.
Continue chatting on the side. Give us the answers as you see them. We will do, this is a year in review quiz from CNN.
All right.
So talk about some of the things we talked about today.
Michelle Trachtenberg died.
Yeah,
Crazy.
Michelle Trachtenberg. Yep. There we go. There we are. Hey, y'all. All right, the 5 things CNN year in review news quiz for 2025. We see the Lurv.
Lurv is a good word.
It looks like the
big hurricane.
the big hurricane that was there, and then douche.
Douche.
No, it is douche. We're talking French. It is douche.
Somebody was describing French as a highly inefficient language where most of the letters are just kind of there along for the ride. All right, question number 1. Pope Francis died in April, and his successor was chosen during a conclave at the Vatican. What country is Pope Leo the 16th, or is that 14th from? Italy, Argentina, France, or the United States. We did just say that.
United
States. The Tots Unis. Question number 2. Which team won Super Bowl number, whatever that is, 59?
Yep.
The Steelers. Steelers won it. Steelers won them all.
No,
Steelers.
It was the other
It was
Pennsylvania
the other
team.
Pennsylvania team. Much to
no.
Joe's chagrin.
Yeah.
Chagrin. It's my chagrin.
U.S.
Damn.
Unfortunate.
Damn Eagles.
And then
Damn Eagles and chagrin.
what's interesting is that the Eagles are at least going back to the playoffs. The Chiefs will not be going back to the playoffs.
Yeah. The absolute
the
collapse of the Chiefs. The Steelers had a rough one today.
Oh, they did, and the Steelers may still make it to the playoffs
They have to beat the.
if they stagger.
That's why
they
you and I are going to the game,
and
Joe.
Burn to the end zone. I don't see how this unremarkable mediocre team makes it to
It's
the playoffs.
the game is
Like
at
Tomlin
Heinz
always
Stadium. Heinz Field? No. Three
What's that?
Rivers? It's not called Three Rivers.
No, M&T
I
Bank
know.
Stadium is
talking
the.
about
Where the
sports.
Steelers played?
Oh, they're Acrisure
It used to be
Stadium?
Heinz Field.
Is it
thought.
Acrisure still?
Acrisure Stadium. It's actually Heinz
Yeah,
Field.
everyone still calls it Heinz Field, but it was. I think it's officially
it's
called
Heinz Field.
Acrisure
Gotcha.
Stadium.
Yeah, well, nobody
It's just
knows
like
them.
it's
We
just
don't
like
care.
the Sears Tower in Chicago. It's going to be the Sears
Exactly.
Tower.
It's not
forever.
the Willis Tower. It's the Sears Tower.
All right, question number 3. Which powerful hurricanes devastated several Caribbean islands in October? Gabrielle, Umberto, Imelda, or Melissa?
Hurricane Bob.
No, it's not Bob.
I think it's.
It's
I
not
think it's
Bob.
Melissa.
It's not Bob.
You think it's Melissa?
I think it's Melissa.
I thought it was Umberto.
I
But
feel like Umberto. Oh, Brandy says
Brandy
Melissa.
says Melissa.
All right, there we go.
Brandy agrees
Sweet
with me.
Melissa.
I was about to say they really like lost their chance to play that constantly.
Yep.
Hurricane Melissa was one of the strongest Atlantic-born storms in 150
Oh.
years. Question number 4. Conservative political activist Charlie Kirk was killed during a campus event in which state? Utah, Colorado, Arizona, or Georgia?
Utah.
Thank
Yep, Utah
goodness it
Valley
didn't
University.
happen in Colorado. He was scheduled to come here next.
Yep. Kirk, the co-founder of Turning Points USA, died in a shooting at Utah Valley University. There you go, as well. All right, question number 5. The federal government shut down in October because of partisan disagreements over spending priorities. How long did the stalemate last? 21 days, 29 days, 35 days, or 43 days?
Dave, what do you think?
Too damn long.
I think it was 43.
Yeah, it started October 1st officially, and it didn't get over until the second week of. It was just after Veterans Day, so yeah, definitely 43.
All right.
Longest in U.S. history. Randy got it as well.
This story was unbelievable.
Yeah, question number 6. Catastrophic flooding swept through a summer camp for girls in which state in July? Absolutely.
Oh,
We didn't even touch on this story, but yeah,
horrible
Yeah.
horrible
story.
story.
Texas.
Horrible event.
In Texas. Families of some Camp Mystic flood victims filed lawsuits after 25 girls and 2 counselors died in the Texas Hill Country.
Yeah. I mean, I think that
Yeah, it was
between this and Asheville, people are waking up to the fact that you can't fuck around with the flood shit.
no. And well, I mean, you really shouldn't be fucking around with the idea of global warming and or climate change, better described, and its impact on our weather. Like
Mm.
Jesus Christ. Question number 7. Wildfires devastated which section of the U.S. in January? Western Colorado, Southern California, Texas Panhandle, or upstate New York?
I mean, if it was upstate New York, who would be able to tell? Oh, I'm just kidding. Sorry.
It's probably a natural extension of the Buffalo Sabres tire fire.
Yes.
Although they're playing good. Beat your Bruins yesterday.
Yeah. my team's still disappointed. And, living in the house with a Blackhawks fan,
Blackhawks
Connor
fan.
Bedard is out. It's tough. He was on a good pace.
Yeah, it was Southern
Uh,
California.
right.
Powerful winds fueled wildfires that destroyed more than 16,000 structures in Southern California, particularly in the Pacific Palisades area of Los Angeles. Yeah, devastating wildfire. And then Trump tried to take credit for water.
Yep.
Turn it back on.
Question number 8. Who was elected mayor of New York City? We didn't even talk about the election spanking, which really led to the end of the shutdown. But yeah, the election spanking on November 7th, I think it was.
Yeah.
Eric Adams, Andrew Cuomo, Curtis Sliwa, or Zohran Mamdani. You don't mess with the Zohran.
Nice. Mom Donnie. What's interesting, too, is that he didn't actually beat the Republican because the Republican had no shot.
Yeah.
He beat the old school Democrat.
Yep.
Old school,
And
touchy-feely, handsy Democrat.
And he did it with a majority in New York, which,
Yep.
look, New York is far left of most of the United States. I get that. But really, to get somebody over that hump in a 3-person race, because Adams dropped
Yeah.
out, although he was still on the ballot.
Yeah.
So essentially a 4-person race to get over 50% means
Very impressive.
the rest of the people suck.
Yeah.
So
And they did.
question number 9. Which movie won Best Picture at this year's Academy Awards? Honora, Conclave, Nickel Boys, or The Brutalist?
No
I don't know.
idea.
Never heard of any of these.
I have never heard of any of those.
Me neither. I'm going to guess the brutal.
Help
Successful.
us, Brandy One Kenobi. Your only hope.
the only one I've heard of. Is
Conclave. I mean, that's about as. I mean, that's the only one I've really heard of. I think I
Right.
heard Honora is one of them.
It's weird because, like, Conclave, I'm thinking Spotlight, and I know that's not it. But yeah, I'll go for anything.
Let's go Conclave. Oh no, it was Honora.
Something else. Nope.
Nope.
A dramatic
There it is.
comedy?
Oh.
You know, I did know that Mickey Madsen was hot.
Yeah, Honora, a dramatic comedy directed by Sean Baker, took home 5 awards, including Best Picture and Best Actress for Mickey Madsen.
Yeah. Yeah,
All right.
she is definitely, she got like 4 roles coming out this year.
There you go. Question number 10. Oh, I think Carol got it. Question number 10. Sanae Takaichi, a hardline conservative, was elected as the first female prime minister of which country? The name should give you all that you need to know on this one. China, Indonesia, South Korea, or Japan.
Yep, we know it's Japan, and we're going to consider that our constant PSA. Remember, if
Oh
somebody's
shit, there's
name
more questions.
is monosyllabic, then they're Japanese, and if it's polysyllabic, then they're Chinese. And Korean has the last name first.
First, yes. Although
Commonwealth
a lot of English will revert to the English style, so they don't call them
Yeah.
by their. They call them by their
Right.
in Korean last name, but their first, which is
Right.
their.
Kim Jong Il, they would call him Il Jong Kim.
That's right. Question number 11. A driver rammed a truck into a crowd of New Year's revelers, killing 14 people in which city? New York, Dallas, Chicago, or New Orleans?
New Orleans happened during a bowl game.
Yeah, it was New Orleans. That's right. Dozens more were injured in the terror attack on Bourbon Street in New Orleans. It's amazing to me because we have an event in my little town of Martinsburg, West Virginia. They actually put dump trucks
Crazy.
on the streets just to keep from people doing dumb shit like that. So, Brady got it as well.
Doge.
Question number 12. Tech billionaire Elon Musk was tapped to lead which government agency early in President Donald Trump's
What is his
term?
sign on the zodiac?
Department of Treasury, Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, Department of Homeland Security, or Department of Government Efficiency. Let's just understand that he nominated unqualified people for all of those positions.
Yep.
But it was douche.
Right. And fuck, I forgot what I was going to say again. It's been a long time since I've done these many companies like this.
Nice.
Apparently, it's so much fun.
Nice. Yep, Doge. Let's see. Musk led the Department of Government Efficiency and oversaw major cuts to federal workforce as part of the Trump administration's effort to reduce spending. Now,
And what is his astrological sign?
Oh, that's what I was going to
Asshole.
say. He's a Cancer.
I
He's
think
a Cancer on
Yes,
society.
he is. He's a Cancer. You're absolutely right. He's a Cancer. But my question is, what is his zoological sign?
His zoological sign is lion.
lion. But yeah, I mean, so
Well, actually, there is an astrological sign that is that, right? Leo is the lion.
yeah. But yeah, the cuts that he made to the federal workforce, like a lot of those savings won't be realized till this year because those, well, at least this fiscal year, because those people got to collect a paycheck until October 1st. Yeah,
Stupid.
and the cost to the United States reputation on things like the U.S. Institute of Peace, which has Donald Trump's name on it now, which is
Yep.
offensive as fuck. USAID. I mean, you can say these were bad investments or whatever. To the soft power of the United States, the USAID was a good thing, a net positive. Yeah, I am a Cancer too, Brandy. Don't ever associate Elon Musk with me again. Question number 13. Which two teams played in this year's World Series? Phillies and Red Sox, Cubs and Yankees, Dodgers and Blue Jays, or Brewers and Mariners? AJ, you got this one.
Dodgers. Dodgers and Blue Jays.
Sports are stupid.
AJ says I'm number one. It was the Dodgers and the Blue Jays. Dodgers celebrated with a parade after winning the World Series in thrilling fashion over the Blue Jays.
It is Dodgers and Blue Jays as much as AJ says sports are stupid.
Sports are stupid.
Shohei Ohtani proved to be worth every penny.
Truth hurt.
I felt for the Blue Jays because they were so close in
They were.
the ninth
Oh,
and
they
10th
had
inning.
it. They had it.
Yeah, I still think that the runner was safe at home plate. Question number 14: a passenger jet and a U.S. Army helicopter collided near which airport in January, killing 67 people? Liberty International, Newark; Ronald Reagan Washington National Airport; Austin Logan International Airport; or Denver International Airport?
DC, Reagan.
It was Reagan National Airport. Yeah. It's a, it's not completely harrowing, but it's a beautiful approach into Washington, D.C. when you come into Reagan National Airport, because you see all the monuments, you'll see the Capitol building, depending on which way you're coming from. But yeah, just a helicopter was ascending right as a plane was coming through. The FAA has seen lots of cuts and lots of issues. They just had the report come out about that.
And the president said that it was probably because the pilot was a DEI hire.
He did say that.
Yep, because he's a douchebag.
Because he's a piece of shit. Yeah.
Yep.
Question number 15. Brian Kohlberger pled guilty to killing 4 students at which university? University of Utah, University of Idaho, University of Georgia, or the University of Kansas? Dan, I know you're a hoe.
Idaho.
You are the hoe.
Yes.
Okay, you got it.
There's so many. How do you keep up with this? There are so many.
Yeah.
It's true.
Question number 16. Thieves stole jewels worth more than $100 million from which renowned museum? That was one of our context clues.
Yeah, we know that.
It is the Louvre in Paris. Brazen robbers used a truck-mounted ladder to gain access to the Louvre and some seriously bad password protection.
Yep.
Password.
Question number 17. Who was named Best New Artist at the Grammy Awards? Shabuzi, Chappell Rowan, Sabrina Carpenter, or Benson Boone?
I think.
Can I make a comment at
Yes.
this point? I have never heard of one of these people you're talking about.
3 of them. I've not heard of Benson Boone.
I haven't. I don't
I've
know
never
who
heard
the
of
hell
Shabuzi
they
either.
are.
I think that it's actually Benson Boone, but I'm not 100% sure. But he
Randy
had an
says
amazing
Chappell Rowan.
performance at the Grammys.
I thought Chappell's been
surprise me.
around a lot longer than.
I thought so too, but maybe it's because you grew up then. But my guess would be Benson Boone.
I mean, I will tell you, during the government shutdown, I was thinking that I was going to have to dance at the Pink Pony Club.
Pink Pony Club.
It
There you
is
go.
known for her campy fashion and hits like "Good Luck, Babe."
What?
She's essentially like my wife loves her music and plays it in the car.
Who is she?
Chappell Rowan.
Yeah.
Her uncle is a Missouri state legislator and is one of these super conservative guys.
I've never heard of her.
Joe,
ever.
after this, look up the video "Hot to Go." HOTTOTO.
Yeah. Let me put it this way, Dan. If I haven't heard of her, then she doesn't exist.
I'm
no,
just
she
saying
does.
you're gonna like that video.
Wow.
HOTTOTO. You can't take me hot to go.
Oh, geez.
Oh, we talked about this earlier. Question number 18. How many House Republicans voted against releasing the Epstein files? 0, 1, 7, or 13?
7.
No
7.
one.
7.
It's one.
It was just 1. Clay Higgins of Louisiana, a guy who is such a piece of shit that he was banned from law enforcement in Louisiana.
Are you telling me?
He's a piece of shit.
Wait. Did you say this is Senate
House.
or Congress?
In the House.
Are you telling me that Thomas Massey didn't vote to release?
No. This is the only one who voted against releasing the Jeopardy.
Only one person voted against it.
Oh, I get it. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. I misunderstood.
Yeah. So.
Idiot.
All right, question number
What an
19. Anna
idiot.
Wintour stepped down as editor-in-chief of which iconic magazine? Vanity Fair, Rolling Stone, Vogue, or The New Yorker?
Greta Garbo gave good face. Vogue.
Dan,
Dan, are you voguing?
damn it.
I'm voguing.
Nice.
Dan.
Wintour left her powerful role at Vogue after nearly 4 decades, but stayed on with scaled-back duties.
Everybody should watch the Devil Wears Prada.
What are the
Oh, God,
choices
yes.
again?
It was Vanity Fair, Rolling Stone, Vogue, or The New Yorker.
I'll say Vanity
no, it was
Fair.
not. It was
It was Vogue.
Well, damn it. I hate being wrong.
But yeah, I mean, The Devil Wears Prada is a fantastic movie.
Yeah, a little bit of pretty true.
Question number 20. I think this might be. Yep, this is the last one for 19 out of 20. What is the Oxford Dictionary's word of the year? Polarization, brain rot, demure, or rage bait?
I'm going to guess polarization.
I'll go with demure.
I'm going to say rage bait.
No.
All right.
Got to go with demure.
AJ, decide for us.
What were my options? I can't actually say them.
Polarization, brain rot,
I was
demure, or rage bait.
Demure.
Okay. Brandy says rage bait, and I've been angry for I don't know, like 6 years now. So yeah, that sounds about right.
All right, let's do it.
Rage bait is
Yay!
correct.
Thank
Oxford
you,
picked
Brady.
rage bait, content deliberately designed to elicit anger in order to increase engagement. And there's a lot of rage
So I
bait out
was
there.
wrong
If
again.
anybody's gone onto Twitter or X, Twix, whatever the hell that they call it now, understands. It's essentially rage bait. It's basically Republicans posting just completely untrue shit and just getting people to engage in it. So, to boost their product.
I got to run.
No wonder.
19 out of 20.
Bye, y'all.
Yep. Thank you, everyone, for watching. On to another year of the Political Deep Dive 2026. Will be a good one. We'll have lots of fun doing lots of fun things. So join us next. Next week we're going to take the week off, rest and recoup from the holidays, and then in 2 weeks we'll do the next episode of the Political Deep Dive. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Bye.
Good night, everyone.